Yes, Booth and partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Going for it with Pierce. And he's got room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, Peterson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Up the middle, it's Peterson. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. They'll try the middle with Peterson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They run over center with Peterson. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run with Peterson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run with Pierce. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out will be the 4-time Pro Bowler, the 2010 Comeback Player of the Year. At quarterback, it's the dynamic Michael Vick.
And the first possession isn't until the 2nd quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, 1 possession, 1 drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw, Vick. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Run the stick.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the first. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Adrian Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And Stroud now to throw. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 51 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing, Vick. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Let's go now.
Here's Michael Vick. Johnson's got it complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Butker's kick here is good. And they get rid of the goose egg, but still trailing by 8. It's 11-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL.
Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say with you?
Vic loses the football. It's out.
And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
Vic to throw it. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Gronk, the tight end, in motion. Now here's Vic. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Come on. Hey, flag. Bronco switch.
Play action now. Vic. And he is caught. It's Chad Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Vic readies to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5.
Vic now. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Austin. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Here's Vic. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Calvin Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Lions get a bit closer. Extra point by Butker is on target.
As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Peterson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run again with Peterson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Down the sideline he goes.
Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce, 51 yards. And the Texans use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
So Michael Vick in the offense, down by 15. A little under a minute 50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Throwing to start the drive. Vick.
That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Vick. Flush to his right.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Derek Stingley picks it.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock, look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Throwing now is Stroud.
It's his target. It's Adrian Peterson. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Here's Stroud.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now Stroud. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 8 yards out. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Ready.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15.
Here we go. Set. Alert. Let's go.
Vic goes play action. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Okay, ready? Ryan. Here we go. Huh.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew.